Our Smai Tawi practice begins with the creation phase in Ua, the stillness. We become one with the earth for about 2 minutes before rising into Nefertim, the god with his head surmounted by an open lotus flower. So we come into the lotus posture or whatever seated position most comfortable for you. The lotus is the beautiful flower in the midst of the murky waters, representing each of us in this form. This is a great opportunity to incorporate alternate nostril breathing, which harmonizes the left and right hemispheres of the brain. There are many sequences that you can follow. As an example, we can do the 5-3-8 sequence, where you breathe in for 5 seconds, hold the breath for 3 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds before switching to the alternate nostril. You're going to hold down one nostril at a time so that the breath is inhaling and exhaling through one nostril only. You will want to ideally do a sequence with a longer exhale than an inhale. All creation is said to come out of the water, leading us to the next posture of the creation phase, Noon. Noon is chaos, the primordial ocean from which all creation arises. In this posture, start in a low squat with a straight spine to a standing position with arms outstretched. Visualizing rising up out of the primeval waters, giving creation its formation. To complete the creation phase, we enter the posture representing Shu, the god of air and space, whose name derives from a verb which means to raise and can be translated as he who holds up. The god that slipped between Nut and Geb to elevate Nut high into the air, where he maintained her with his upraised arms. Okay, now we enter the earth phase that starts with Uja Ra, the journey of the sun. Ra, the god of sun and light that travels across the sky every day and returns to the underworld, Duat, to rise again to bring forth a new day every day. Be present with the movements of this practice, of the postures that are written on the wall, metaneter, also known as hieroglyphs, as they represent a symbolic connection to our lives, as every part of this journey has meaning. Also, make sure that you always do the complementary side of every posture, giving the body balance. The next part of the earth phase is Geb, the god of the earth. Lowering to your mat, we begin with the Geb rock. Always honor your body in terms of speed and the extension of the body. Smai Tawi is a journey inward and outward. Our body is made in layers, so flexibility is a journey. Next, we have the shoulder stand, supporting the lower back in this inverted position. Lower your legs into the Geb plow and extending the arms on the ground for a deeper stretch. It is not about your feet meeting the ground. It's about honoring your body and going to the place comfortable for where you are in your journey. Raise your legs to a 45-degree angle and support your back while lowering your body back to the ground. With feet planted, prepare your body for the Geb wheel, or hold your body up to where you are able, where you can feel your stretch and you're comfortable if you can't get into a full wheel. Come up to a seated position as we enter into the Geb spinal twist. Putting one foot across one leg, across the body. And then turning your body so that you look behind to give you a good stretch, causing your spine to twist. And of course, making sure to honor both sides of the body. The spine is the location of our energy centers. Flexibility in the physical extends to flexibility in the spiritual. This is the end of the earth phase, and now we enter the animal phase with Selket the scorpion. Turning the body so that your head is at the top of the mat, belly on the ground, resting here if you need to. To enter the posture, extend your arms forward with your head raised, and when ready, you lift your legs to enter the posture of the goddess of the dead, the goddess of magic, protection, and healing that rules over all poisonous creatures, having the poison and the antidote. From this posture, you can push yourself up into the cobra, continuing the animal phase. Next, we enter Sobek, god of the Nile, who is said to control the waters and fertility of the soil. The god of strength and power, lord of the waters, representing military, fertility, and rebirth, and also said to guard threshold between life and death, being the protector of the dead and the underworld. Our journey now brings us to Hormoket, or the Sphinx. Getting on the ground with our forehead grounded to the earth, we rise up to represent the Sphinx into a roar, or a release from an inside with the roar. From there, coming into a standing position, with arms at a 45-degree angle, with hands clenched into Heru, representing spiritual aspiration an ability to overcome the lower self, the ability to overcome unrighteousness, ignorance, and even death, completing the animal phase. Nut, the goddess of the sky, is the beginning of the goddess phase. She is the goddess of the sky, stars, cosmos, universe, the barrier between the order of creation and chaos. This inverted posture represents the expanse of the heavens and allows the blood to flow to the crown, revitalizing the cognitive and spiritual functions of the hypothalamus, pituitary, and pineal glands of the brain. This brings us to the next goddess of the triple goddess phase and the signature posture of Smai Tawi, the goddess Mayat. She is the goddess of truth, justice, wisdom, the stars, law, morality, order, harmony, cosmic balance, the natural order of the universe. Her wings represent the expansion. The final goddess of the triple goddess phase is the goddess Aset and begins with Aset victory pose. Goddess Aset is the goddess of magic, fertility, motherhood, death, healing, and rebirth. Next we have Aset's throne. Aset, divine love and wisdom. Lastly, Aset's embrace, embracing self-love, the union of the lower self to the higher self, embodying the ability to share that love with the world that we are connected to. You want to complete this posture twice, once with the right arm over the left and again with the left arm over the right, as there is balance in this practice and we must do every complementary position. Aset completes the goddess phase and brings us to the final phase, the establishment phase with the Sar, the divine masculine, Lord of the perfect black, the incarnation of the higher self into the realm of time and space. And finally, just as we start our practice, we go back to where we began in Ua, the stillness.